Now let's look at the second verse. The second verse, let's read it. V'zacharta et kol haderech asher holikacha Adonai Elohecha ze arba'im shana bamidbar lama'an anotacha lenasotacha lada'at et asher bilvavacha ha-tishmor mitzvotav im lo. Okay, let's translate and analyze parsing, grammar, and things like that. Here is another form that has what looks like a perfect personal ending, but also a vav on the front, and we've had a sequence of these. So this looks like another WCP, but with ta, it's not 2MP, but 2MS. Now, in the book of Deuteronomy, we do see a frequent interchange between second masculine plural and second masculine singular forms as Moses addresses Israel. So this is not unusual. It's throughout the book of Deuteronomy. It has puzzled expositors, but it's still understandable because Israel is a collective group. And so as Moses addresses the you, sometimes he speaks to them as if they were one corporate entity, a singular you, and at other times as a plural group, you all. So not difficult to process that. Now, we have Zachar. Those are my root letters to remember. And I've got the Kamets under root 1. So that is a vowel pattern with the WCP. So what this is doing here is it's continuing his instruction. Now, this is not in sequence with the lama'an clause, which we saw earlier, in order that you may do such and such. Rather, he's beginning verse 2 with the WCP form for instructional kind of discourse. And you want to translate this as, and you shall zachar, and you shall remember. What shall you remember? And you shall, or should, remember, et kol haderek, direct object marker, and kol haderek, all the way, or the whole way, or the entire way. And then another asher clause. How is this asher clause functioning? Well, it's modifying the head. So haderek is what the asher clause is telling you about. Asher holikacha Adonai Elohecha ze arba'im shana bamidbar. This asher clause actually goes a good way. Let's so we'll finish it off here in just a moment. So what does he want to tell us about the way? Well, it's the way which holikacha Adonai. Adonai is my subject, and holich has a ka on the end. That is a 2ms pronominal suffix. All right. Now, what am I left with? I have a hey, which looks like a root 1 hey. We could potentially analyze it that way. And the holum looks like that could be a cow participle. Now, what would be the problem with that? Well, the cow participle has a sereh theme vowel, which reduces to vocal shava when I add endings. Holech, holacha, or holechet, holechim, holachot. Here I have a Keurig yod right in the middle here. And that is looking like a kind of hifil vowel pattern, doesn't it? That looks very hifilish, that Keurig yod. And I have a hey along with that Keurig yod. And that's going to give me pause and make me think that this might be a hifil hey and not root 1 hey. So maybe root 1 is missing. Maybe all I'm seeing is roots 2 and 3 and root 1 is missing. Where do I see this? I see it with the verb halach. If you remember, halach thinks it's a one vav verb. It behaves like a one vav verb. What do we see with one vav verbs? When I have a hifil of a one vav verb, it gets a holem vav. Now here, I just have the holem. The holem vav is defectively spelled. Okay? So, just to remind you, when we had the verb yashav, to dwell, the hifil perfect would have been hoshiv. Hoshiv. So see, roots 2 and 3 are here. Root 1 is missing, but a holem vav shows up for it, and the hey prefix is the hifil prefix hey. Well, this is holich, okay? That is just a defectively spelled holem vav here. So, what does it mean to put halach in the hifil? In the cow, halach means to walk. In the hifil, to cause someone to walk, that is to say, to lead them somewhere. And the direct object pronoun ka is who Adonai led. So we want to translate this as all the way which Yahweh led you. Now Elohecha is an appositive. It's an apposition to Yahweh. It restates who Yahweh is, which Yahweh your God led you on. The on is not here, but that's the idea because we're talking about the derech. So he led you on this way. Zay is this. That's the masculine singular near demonstrative. This, arba'im shana. Arba is 4. Make it plural and it becomes a multiple of 10. 4 times 10 is 40. 40 shana. This 40 years. Bamidbar, in the wilderness. Notice that I have an article hey missing. Its pathak and doubling dot are visible. The hey has been swallowed by the bet. Lama'an, in order that. So God led you these 40 years in the wilderness in order that he might do something. In order that, or in order to, anotaha. Anotaha. What is this? Here's root 1. Here's root 2. There's a doubling dot in root 2. And then I have ot, which is a defectively spelled ot. What do I have? It looks like I have the verb ana, doubly weak, ayin, root 1, that's guttural, 3 hey. Okay? With an ot ending, that is an infinitive construct. What do I have with doubling in root 2? That's looking like PL or pual. Pathak under root 1 commits me to PL. And then I have this ka pronoun, 2ms. All right? So this is a PL infinitive construct plus the 2ms pronoun. So in order to what? In order to PL anayu. What's that mean? Well, in order to humble you. That's what he's saying. I did this. I led you these 40 years in the wilderness in order to humble you. I put you in inhospitable situations to humble you. Why? Le nasotaha. What do I have here? I have a lamed preposition. Then I have what looks like root 1, root 2, and then ot again. That's looking like another infinitive construct. PL pointing, right? Pathak under root 1, doubling dot in root 2. So this looks like nasa in the PL infinitive construct plus that 2ms pronominal suffix here. In order to humble you, why? To test you. It might also be, that could be purposed. It could also be explanatory or epexegetical. To humble you by testing you. La da'at, here's another lamed preposition, with da'at, which is from ya da. Yada. This is a one vav verb. One vav verbs undergo aphoresis in the cal, imperative, and infinitive construct. Root 1 goes away. Roots 2 and 3 remain. There's roots 2 and 3. And in the infinitive construct, the bonus tav descends from heaven. and I get a segulate pattern. Should be double segul, but ayin's a guttural. It prefers A-class vowels before and after. So this is yada in the Cal infinitive construct. To know. Et asher bil vavacha. In order to know, direct object marker, and then I have an asher clause. Which is in your heart. Now, what's missing here? What's missing is the head. The head is unstated. Okay, it's null. It's a null head or a headless relative clause. In order to know direct object, you have to supply an appropriate head in English to make sense of this. You could say the thing, or maybe that, and then translate the asher if you want with which. To know the thing which, or to know that which in your, to a mess, in your heart. To know that which was in your heart. And then we have this interrogative hey. This interrogative hey is not asking a direct yes-no question, which is what we normally see an interrogative hey doing. Rather, it's creating a kind of question or an indirect question that could be translated as whether this will be the case or that will be the case. Now, let's look at what we have here. So, ha tishmor, there's shamar, roots 1, 2, and 3, prefix tav, and that interrogative hey. That is a Cal imperfect. And with the tav, to ms. Okay? Plus interrogative hey. From shamar. This is to know whether you will keep. Shamar. We saw that a little earlier. To keep what? Mitzvotav. Mitzvotav. Whether you will keep his commandments. Normally, I'm going to expect a yod right before that 3ms vav because this is plural. Mitzvot av. But this is spelled defectively. Okay, so whether you will keep his commandments, im, or lo, or not. Okay, so that's how we translate that. Now, let's take a look at verse 3. And I believe this is the last verse. And again, you can repeat after me. Vai annacha, va yar ibevecha, va ya achilacha, et haman, asher lo yadatta, velo yadaun, avotecha, lema'an, hodi acha, ki lo al, halechem levado, yichyeh ha'adam, ki al, kol motza, pi Adonai, yichyeh ha'adam. All right, so let's walk through this. Here I have a va. Whenever you see a vav and a pathak and what looks like a nutty prefix, chances are you're dealing with a WCI or a vayiktol. Now, the doubling dot is missing here. Dagesh forte is gone. How does that happen and why does it happen? Let me just remind you of Squinum Levy. What's the situation with Squinum Levy letters? Sibilants, Sin, Sheen, Samic, Kof, Nun, Mem, Lamed, Vav, Yod. When I have a Dagesh forte in a Squinum Levy letter and a vocal shiva underneath the Squinum Levy letter at the same time, what frequently happens is the Dagesh forte drops out and the vocal shiva then will become silent. So this becomes from va y ancha becomes vai ancha. Okay. Now, if we can just bracket this out, we know that this is a WCI. So that's going to be root 1. Root 2 has a dagesh forte. And I don't see a root 3. I see a pronominal suffix here. So this is looking like ayin nun hey. 3 hey verb. Doubling dot in root 2 tells me it's PL or pual. The A-class vowel under root 1 tells me it's a PL. Prefix yod with no ending is 3ms, and then plus the 2ms pronominal suffix. So remember, ana in the PL means to humble. And he, past time, WCIs are past, and he humbled you. And vai yar ivecha. Here is my vai again. There's the doubling dot visible because there's no vocal shava under that squintum levy letter. So again, we can bracket that out. And then I have root 1, root 2, root 3, and that pronominal suffix again. So, but instead of a vocal shava under the prefix yod, I've got a pathak and a silent shava and an I-class vowel under root 2. This all looks like a hifil WCI and 3ms, yod with no ending. Okay, plus the 2ms suffix. And the root letters are ra'av. Now you know the noun ra'av is famine. The hifil of ra'av means to make hungry. To make hungry. So, actually, it could be to make hungry. It could also mean to let be hungry. That seems to be the idea here. I humbled you, and I let you be hungry. Va yakilcha. What do we have here? Va yakilcha. Oh, by the way, this Keurig is really a defectively spelled Keurig yod. The hifil, WCI, usually has a Keurig yod under its root 2 vowel, the theme vowel. But remember, historically long vowels can be defectively spelled. I've got the same thing going on here. So look, I've got vaya, A-class vowel, roots 1, 2, and 3, Keurig for defectively spelled Keurig yod as the theme vowel. A-class vowel under the nutty prefix, that is the same parsing. So that's both of these, okay? Just a different verb. Everything else is the same. I let you be hungry, past time, and hifil WCI 3ms plus 2ms suffix of ahal, and I fed you. I let you eat, or I fed you. I gave you food. What did I feed you? Et haman. This is the word manna, okay? So now you know it in Hebrew. Haman. I fed you manna. Asher lo, which not. Yadata, from yada. Cal perfect. See the ta ending here? That is to a mess. So, which you did not know. Okay? You've never experienced manna. I gave that to you. So, the manna, which you did not know, velo yadaun. There's the same 3 root letters, yada, shurik, long A under root 1. That's again looking like a cal perfect, but it's not to a mess. It's the vocalic ending shurik is 3CP, and that noon is the paragogic noon. And which they did not know. Who did not know? Here's my subject of that third common plural verb. Which avotecha didn't know. Which your av, father, avot, fathers, avotecha, your fathers. And again, that yod tells me it's plural. Which your fathers didn't know. Now, why did I do all this? Lama'an, in order that hodi'aha. What am I looking at here? Here's another ka 2ms pronominal suffix. I have a hey prefix, and then the only consonants I have are the dalet and the ayin. This is looking like that hey is a hifil hey. This may reflect a 1 vav verb, which means roots 2 and 3 are the only visible ones. Root 1 is missing. I have a holem vav here to take its place, as it were. And this is looking like yada again. Okay, yada is a 1 vav verb. Hifil of yada, kal of yada, to know, hifil to cause to know, to make know. So in order that he might make known, or this could very well be the infinitive construct. So this could be a hifil perfect 3ms, but with lama'an, it's probably more likely an infinitive construct in the hifil plus the 2ms pronominal suffix. In order to make you know, ki, that, lo al halechem, not upon the bread. Here the upon has to do with the dependence upon. That not in dependence upon bread, levado, levad plus the 3ms pronoun by itself, yeh ha'adam, man will live. Now, our subject and verb are delayed here. So in order to teach you, cause you to know that subject verb, man does not or will not live on the basis of or dependent upon bread alone. This is the article, but it's probably being used in a generic sense. So, I mean, you could insist on translating it as the bread alone, but I think when we use the article generically, we could also just omit it. So, by bread alone. Key. Now here, this key is what we call an adversative key. And what it does is it introduces an opposing notion. Often, this kind of adversative key is preceded by a negative clause, not by bread alone. You're going to translate this as but or rather. But, all, upon or dependent upon, kol motzah, every outgoing thing, everything coming out. This is actually a noun, motzah. It's built off of the verbal root yatzah, okay, which means that's a little like square root thing, showing you that the root is yatzah. The mem prefix makes this into a noun, that which comes out. Everything that comes out of what? Everything that comes out of the mouth of Yahweh, man will live. Okay? So the idea here, again, is that the subject and verb are delayed to the very end. To teach you that the man, lo yehye, will not live upon bread alone, bread by itself. Rather, man will live dependent upon every outgoing thing, everything coming out of the mouth of Yahweh. All right, good work.